Hello everyone, and welcome to the Monaco Grand Prix. It is of course Apex Racing League, and I'm driving my Williams on the out lap for qualifying, so we just show one lap then for this particular qualifying session. You see we've got 4 minutes left there. Unfortunately this was the final lap I was able to put in. I couldn't quite get around to do an extra one, but so this is my final lap. This is my third lap of qualifying, and I've slowly improved my lap. Got down to 1 minute 11.8, but my best is a 0.4, so I'm still 4 tenths off my best. It's quite a bit, and I'm down in 5th place as you can see there. 1.3 is pole at the moment, so fingers crossed I can get somewhere near that. So here we go then, on the run to the line. DRS is wide open, of course use as much gas as I can. Coming to the first corner now then, need to nail the braking point, very tricky with the bumps. Just about managed to do that, that's good. Also posted a little bit of a notification for the race that the first corner, we're going to let the game decide whether it's cut or not. So usually we do proper F1 rules, as in do not cut the corners, but this time we're going to allow the games to decide. So of course that lap was legal. I'm in the first sector now then, some 700s of myself, but almost 2 tenths already down on Christian. So losing a lot in the first sector as they come to the hairpin. Now I've not been very good at this, and that was okay. Managed to avoid the barrier at least. That's not been my worst corner really on this track for some reason. Just can't seem to get around there cleanly. It's been a bit of a nightmare, but that's okay. At least I'm up on my current lap. Of course, need to improve 5th. Will not be good in Monaco at all. I want at least the top 3 at the moment. Both my teammate Onage and Christian have been very quick in front of me, so I'll be happy with 3rd place. But any lower, I won't be too happy. So we've got 3 minutes left now. Then do DRS then between the corners. Try and nail that. It's nice to be up in the middle, make sure oversteer, but just managed to keep it under control. And 2 tenths up now, so gaining even more in the middle sector. So actually, you've only lost about 2 thousandths, is it, or so, in the middle sector to Christian. So it's been a very good middle sector. Now I need to nail this final sector. Looks like I'm doing pretty good so far. Come around the final quarter, full throttle then with DRS wide open for the run to the line then. Need to be up at least 3rd, as I said. What can I do? It's a 1 minute 11.631. Does me up to 3rd place. Still 2.5 tenths off the guys in front though. And there we go. They both managed to improve their times. They did 11 zeros, Onage and Christian, but I did manage to retain 3rd place, so I'm happy with that. And I can tell you actually that I gained 3 tenths of me around the final sector, so absolutely no idea how they did that. If you want to go back and watch it, I didn't make any mistakes, so no idea how they're 3 tenths faster. I know they saved a bit of curves for the start-finish straight, so that's all I can imagine was the difference. So here we go now then, on this wonderful street circuit. I do enjoy this track. Let's go through this test now. 1 more wings, 46-54 medium large discs, brakes rather, so a bit different to normal. Everything else is pretty standard, but a bit different to normal that. I went quite rearward because I found I was locking my front tyres a little bit easy. And high and large again, just to try to stop locking the tyres, but also get good brake use. I did try medium large. I did try high and large, but just couldn't really get along with it too well. It was better, but overall the lap time wasn't quite so good, so stuck with medium large. And here we go then, on the grid, 3rd place. As I said, I can see the guy on pole directly in front of me, which is why I wanted to be at least 3rd. So only on the 2nd row. So here we go then, the lights are on. 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, and they're out straight away then, so straight to which makes just trying to minimize Wilson, doing a pretty good job of it alongside Onage already then, so a little way back from Christian, used a bit of curves alongside Onage. Of course, don't want to be taking out my teammate, keeping it nice and tight, making sure I get plenty of room, but a bit of oversteer on the exit there though. Using my curves, and it looks like he's probably got the jump on me. Yep, I'm going to stop using my curves, and he squeezes me a bit there, but stop using my curves. I knew he'd got past me, of course, my teammate, I don't want to be taking him out. Be a little bit cautious with him, but he's run a bit wide there, but no, he's managed to get good enough exit, so I go to standard fuel now. Didn't mention my strategy there actually, pitting on lap 17, I'm going to go for a 1-stop race. And I'm going for aggressive fuel, so you can see there plus 1 lap only, so I should be pretty light in these first couple of laps, should be quick. As Onage just in front there. Of course, they were half a second, more than that actually, about 6 tenths of a second quicker than me in quali. So and even my PB, I'm still half a second off Onage in practice, so my PB, as I said, was a 0.4. So I'm actually not that quick, as Onage just outbraked himself a bit there, but it looks like he's going to hold it well, and no, I haven't quite got the run on him. Yeah, outbraked himself slightly, so he's not had a great first lap so far. See if I can capitalise that and get past him. As we know, it's not easy to overtake in Monaco at all. So now coming to the end of the... it's only just once again run wide there. Let me come right up close behind and look at this. Look how close I am, but no. I think better of diving the inside there. He outbrakes himself slightly though. No, he's got away with it. Coming around the final corner now then. No chance to get past. He's pulling away. Of course, I'm on stand already. He'll probably still be on rich. He went for normal fuel. So across the line now. Only half a second back to Mikey, so top 4 at least have held their positions. Yeah, half a second in front and half a second behind more or less. There's a bit of squirt curves up the hill, so already starting to fall back from Onage, so it's not looking good so far, but that's not going to stop me. I'm still going to push hard, try and see if I can get to him. Of course, need to be taken easy on these tyres, particularly the rear tyres, and actually in hindsight I should have gone for a more tyre friendly setup, but it was Sunday evening by the time I started looking at the setup, and it was a bit late by then, so I just stuck with the setup that I'd practiced with the rest of the week. There we go. As you saw, full left camber. So just really a fully standard setup. Didn't look at tyre wear at all. There we go. As I said, still got to take it easy on the tyres. I think Ownage is running pretty much the same setup as me, so he won't have an advantage over me on that at least. So he comes in the second sector now, and looks like the two guys in front are pulling out, well, from me and from each other. Look, Christian's got a bit of a gap to Ownage, and Ownage has got a bit of a gap to me, but just under a second at the moment. Of course, DRS will not be this lap, it will be next lap DRS. So he's trying to stay within that 1 second. It's, oh, he just runs slightly wide there. So I said he's trying to stay within that 1 second. And try and get a DRS on this next lap, on lap 3. So here we go then, 15.0. Wasn't the fastest lap. Let's see what the fastest lap was. We'll find out in just a second. So 9 tenths to in front, 9 tenths behind. So we are all spreading out nice and evenly actually at the front at the moment. Christian's just a 14.1. That's 9 tenths faster than me. That's a lot, even if he is on rich. That's a lot of time. Oh, it's come very close to the barrier there. That's obviously the art of Monaco, is being incredibly close to the barrier whilst not hitting it. The closer you get to the barrier, the faster you are effectively. So yeah, don't have a great hairpin once again. They're 1.1 to Ownage now, but still a second to Mikey. So once again, we're all pulling out nice and evenly to each other. As you can see on the right hand side there, my rear tyres are already a bit more worn. I only did 1 lap per set of tyres in quali in order to stop that tyre a little bit. So I did everything but my setup to help it really. So now you see I'm shifting a little bit earlier, taking it a bit easier. I went for a bit more on those first 2 laps, but now I'm starting to consider the tyre wear. So it comes in the second sector, 1.6 now on, actually, I think I've fallen back a bit. 1.7 more or less to Ownage in front, and Mikey's only 7 tenths back, so we should get DRS this lap. Once again, Monaco's tricky even with DRS. You can hear now, I'm taking it a lot easier on these retires. It's, yeah, Mikey's way too far back, and I'm using my KERS. So we can have my KERS for the start finish straight, so we skip ahead now already to lap 7, what will be. As you can see there, 5 laps or so on. Now 2.4 the gap is to Ownage. We steadily pulled out on me, but still only 6 tenths to Mikey, so I've managed to hold him off, but I think he's probably faster than me, judging by the fact he's able to stick with me reasonably comfortably. So I made a 14.9 in the meantime. But still, that's about 7 or 8 tenths off Christian's best, as Ownage now is right close behind Christian in front. You just saw a clip there, briefly of them. So that's good, at least he's catching up to him, and Christian, it won't be easy for him. That's only half a second now to Mikey, that's not a lot at all, is it? As we come out of the tunnel now, he's a little way back, so not too worried. I'm going to use 100k in my KERS, so a quarter up the hill in sector 1. And another quarter in the tunnel. And then, as I said before, the other half. Oh, as I get very risky there, very nearly comes to the barrier. The other half of KERS on the start finish straight. So if you're following me on Twitter, oh, as I run a little bit wide there, touch the barrier on my slipe on the inside, that pushed me right wide down to my front wing. Needs to defend well now then if I can. On the inside, looks like I might have managed it. He's going to be very close behind me. He is indeed going to stick to the middle of the track here to make sure he doesn't think about diving up the inside. And managed to get it all slowed down nicely. We'll get DRS, hopefully I'm far away enough. Let's have a look. I am indeed, should be. Go to Rich as well for safe measures. And yeah, using that half my KERS, and yeah, he's too far back, luckily. So that was a bit of a risky then, wasn't it? I just got a bit too tight on the corner. Touched the barrier with my side pod, so I didn't get any damage, but that pushed me wide into the barrier, and that did give me some damage to my front wing. So unfortunately, that's not only cost us time, but almost cost me position. But I defended well, managed to keep ahead of him just about. Make sure I stuck like glue to the inside there, and I managed it because of that. That does mean we lost a lot of time now, 7.3 seconds to the guys in front. That's a lot. They're still very close to each other though, or more or less, but still only half a second between me and Mikey. What I was saying before that incident was that if you follow me on Twitter, you will have seen I posted up, I think it was Saturday, a map that I printed off of the corner names from Monaco, so we'll be using that. I can tell you that this corner is just called Chicane, called the Nouvelle Chicane actually, but it's generally referred to as the Chicane, because the main chicane really of this track. That was to back. This is the swimming pool section. There's a swimming pool on the right hand side there. So all this section is called the swimming pool. This is called the second part of the swimming pool really by the drivers. This is Raskas we're coming into now. I would like to learn these names, but as I said, I've got them up in front of me. Can't learn them all by myself. And this is Anthony Nogues. These 2 corners. There's a double corner there. Feels like one in F1 car though. As I said, I would like to know names off by heart, but I don't. Sandoval we're coming into now. Turn 1. I don't have time to learn it all, unfortunately, so this map will have to do. This is Beau Rivage. This little kink to the left here. This is Massenet at the top of the hill. And it follows around into Casino, this corner here. And Mirabeau is this next corner. This one here is Mirabeau. That's now 8.7 to Christian though, so it looks like Ownage must have pitted. This is actually the Grand Hotel hairpin by that there's a hotel just on the corner, but again just generally referred to as the hairpin, since it's the only hairpin on the track. What's the tightest corner in Formula 1, the slowest corner in Formula 1, so I now select prime tyres. I believe I'm going to pit the end of this lap 1 lap earlier than I intended. There's a lap car just ahead, but that's okay. We're going to peel into the pits at the end of this lap, so no worries. I'm going to Rich now, trying to pull out a bit of a gap to Mikey behind me. I have unfortunately got a damaged front wing due to that slight mistake, so I probably will wind up behind him, to be honest, unless he's got a damaged front wing, but I don't think he has. As we now will peel into the pits. Coming around this very tight corner, Raskas. And here we go into the pits. Oh, Mikey runs very wide there, and yes, that breaks his front wing, look. He's broken his front wing on the entry to the pits there. He wouldn't have intended to do that. So that, hopefully now they'll replace that for him. If not, they'll leave it on. He should be a bit slower, but if they replace that for him, I'll come out ahead. Let's have a look. So a 5.4 second pit stop, so about 2.5 seconds slower than normal. Yes, I'm ahead. I'm ahead. So that's done me well then. So 7.4 back to ownage according to that gap there. Let's watch the mini-map now. Look at the guys ahead. And they're stopped. Look at that. Again, benefit of hindsight. I didn't know this at the time, of course, but they are completely stopped there. I can tell you that Christian ran wide in this corner. And ran wide in Massenet. And then ownage, and then spun, and then ownage ran a little bit wide and wound up hitting him. And they sort of got caught on each other, so I had to sort each other out. And now look, Christian did give the place, because of course he was the one that spun and ownage got caught up in it. So fair driver Christian is. He let ownage go, so that's enabled us to catch right up to them. So hopefully we'll be a bit faster on these prime tyres. But actually, I think Christian was on the option tyre there, so I can tell you again with the benefit of hindsight that that was a mistake, or a glitch by the game, mistake by the mechanics effectively. Oh, so I've come very close to the barrier there. That was a mistake by the mechanics. He was supposed to get primes, but unfortunately he got options, so that means he's going to have to pit one more time in this race. So there's no barrier there. Oh, I collect a bit of it, but luckily knock out of the way, don't actually collect it. You can get those caught in your front wing and then be slower because of it. As we now come down the start-finish straight, down towards Sandoval. That's 1.8 seconds is. They've already pulled out a couple of tenths. Again, that 3 tenths in that last sector. Not sure how we're losing, but we definitely are losing, both of us. So I'm a second back to Mikey now. We are very similarly paced, it must be said, me and Mikey. I think he might be a little bit faster than me, but not a great deal at all. To lap 18 now then. As I said, we're on the prime tyres, the harder of the two sets. That's 1.6 to Christian now. So we should be able to go all the way to the end of these tyres. My plan A was a 1-stop, which is what I'm doing at the moment. 2-stop was plan B, in case I hit the barrier badly and broke my front wing or anything and I had to pit. But I managed that. I managed not to so far, but remaining consistent. I knew from a couple of laps in that I didn't have the pace of the leaders, or in quali really. I didn't have the pace of the leaders, so I've been making sure I stay consistent for mistakes like they've just made there. So even though they had probably more or less 10 seconds on us, they made that mistake, and now they've only got about 2 seconds. Is it now? Yeah, more or less. So I'm remaining consistent. Don't want to make any mistakes. Don't want to damage my front wing again if I can help it. So all up my tyre there. Run very wide. Just not managed to avoid the barrier though. That's cost me time though. Should be more like 2.5 seconds now. When we cross the line, we'll see in just a second. Here we go, 2.3. So yeah, not far off. As we skip ahead now to what will be lap 20. My best lap is now 14.0. So not bad at all. As it's now 1.2 to the guys in front. So I was on Rich there briefly. I've gone now back to optimal. Standard rather, because I've gone to optimal fuel. You can see on the right hand side there. I was on Rich trying to catch them using what fuel I did have. Because if I can get DRS, I might be able to stick with them. We'll see. Still only 1.2. I'm 2 tenths of my previous then. Oh, Christian runs out a bit wide there. Don't think he would have intended to run that wide in the hairpin. As we now come through to the tunnel. Let's see. No, not nearly close enough to think about dive upside of him, still over a second behind. So as we come through the chicane now, looks like Christian cut that slightly, but that's okay, you can cut it occasionally, as I'm now on Rich. So, as I said, trying to close it in, trying to get DRS on him if I can. Would be nice. What is it now? 1.067, so if I push out through this, I think the section line's just there, is it? Or it's around here somewhere, it might be between the two corners. I think it was that last one, so I need to push hard on that chicane. Did I manage it? Let's have a look. Yes, I did. I got DRS. So that's good. Got DRS, and I think I might get a fastest lap as well. I do indeed. A 13.469, a fastest lap of the race there. as I'm still just over a second. There's a bit of front wing flying around there, not sure whose that was, perhaps that was Onage's. It looks like he's lost a bit of time. It's confirmation I do go fastest lap of the race so far. As, oh, I have to take a bit of evasive action there, come very close to the inside barrier there. The casino. The car gets nice out of the way there. If you've been subscribed for me for quite some time, you remember the Monaco Grand Prix from last year. It was my very first race of Apex Racing League, so this is the first track that I've done twice in the league. And I did manage to win that one. I got second place. It was a race-long battle with Ben until he made his mistake. I was ahead anyway at that time. I managed to undercut him in the pits. So it's a cracking race, that one. So this, as I said, this is the second time I've driven this track in the league. First, I'm now starting to get into the races that I would have driven twice. As, oh, I luckily knocked the debris once again out of the way, as I'm now only 9/10 back from the guys in front. They're very close indeed. Hopefully I can capitalise. And oh, they push each other wide. Right out wide, that's allowed me to get into the lead. I'm into the lead of the race. And looks like Mike's got through as well behind me. So that's allowed us into the lead of the race from being over 10 seconds ahead. They've made contact with each other. And now we are in the lead of the race. And I can tell you that unfortunately Christian did leave because of that incident. He threatened to leave the league actually after this race, but he's decided to stay. He might take a break for the next race, but I think deep frustration from him from having not won a race yet was the cause of that. But the actual incident, as I said, Christian made a mistake that then collected ownage. And in that incident there, I believe that Christian just got surprised how early ownage was braking, pushed them both wide. I believe it slightly damaged onage's wing. He'll have an orange wing now. I'm not sure what damage did to Christian because I said he retired anyways. Oh, I clocked the barrier there on the exit of the hairpin as Nick gets more oversteer there as well. That allowed Mikey very close indeed behind me. And he is indeed, look how close he is there. I'm having to go to Rich, using a bit more curves than I normally would. And it looks like hopefully that's allowed me to get far enough ahead. And yes, I managed to get to the chicane first, and you don't see it now, but right now, Mikey does have a lag. So he falls back from me. That's why I go to standard. He did say over TeamSpeak, that's why I knew without looking behind me. He said, damn, lag freezes. I get about, when you see 1.5 seconds, I think you get about a second lag freeze. But we all seem to have them. I will undoubtedly have one. I usually tend to have one per race, but not always. I haven't had one yet. Got away with it so far. We're only just over halfway through this race then. So lap 24 it was. It's now going to be lap 33 then. So we skipped quite a few laps. Mikey's still only just behind me, but of course now this is the lead of the race. So the win is on. Half a second back he is. So not far at all. Only just now only 1.2 as well, so he's closing in. And we come through now, Casino. Down into Mirabeau. And it's 6/10, so a little bit more. Oh, I clocked the barrel on the inside once again there, pushing me right up wide, costing me time. And I have to come very slow through the hairpin, but hopefully that's... Oh, I get hit actually. I thought I made a mistake, but no, Mikey did hit me. So we asked over the radio for me. Oh, his ownage gets loaded oversteer there as well. Mikey did ask over the radio if he hit me rather, and I said yes, quite badly, so he let me back past. Again, fair racing here with Apex Racing League. So, as I said, my little mistakes allowed Mikey to get very close indeed behind me, and I think it was a lag bubble hit, as we've seen many times before. He pushed me right out wide, luckily didn't get any damage, but of course he effectively forced his way through by pushing me off, so that would have been a legal overtake, and I would have protested that in the steward, so he let me back past to avoid any of that. It's 1.3 seconds that's caused us to lose, well that and my mistake. That's allowed Ownage to close right up, but I think he possibly would have got past both of us if he didn't make his mistake, or probably Mikey, since he was backing out to let me pass. He's come to now lap 37, just a few laps left of the race then, only 2/10 back to Mikey, so he's closing in on me. See on the right hand side there, my tyres are really quite warm, particularly the rears. I will be able to make it to the end, but they're not feeling good at all. And with my rearward brake balance, I'm having to brake very early indeed. So to be extra cautious, don't want to be locking my rears and running wide, so I'm having to brake early. Oh, Mikey gets a bit of oversteer there. And I can tell you that I think he's got a tyre conserving setup, since he has been a lot faster than me towards the end of both stints. The first stint on options and now this stint on primes. So we now come through Portier into the tunnel. He's not close enough to get past me on this lap at least, so really got to come through the tunnel twice more. He's miles back, so no chance of that. As, oh, I have a massive lag freeze there. I did mention that before, and I accidentally cut the chicane, completely messed me up, ruined my rhythm, but there he goes. Mikey's right close behind me. He was actually inside me for a brief moment there. And I managed to defend against that. I stuck to the inside just in case he got any ideas. And I'm still ahead, but I did mention that. I'll probably get lag freeze, and I did. That's probably more like a Felt like about a second and a half. I don't know what it actually was. Probably more like a second. Well, we're about to find out, I think, aren't we? Missed the timings there, unfortunately. As I now go to Rich and use all of my curves. Mikey's very close behind me. Will get DRS, but I think he's probably too far back again. He's indeed a stick to the inside to, again, make sure he doesn't have any ideas. Half a second, apparently. He's all lost. Oh, was Mikey's made a mistake there? He's got some oversteer on the exit and hit the barrier. There's only 2 laps left to go, and he's made a mistake. He was 2 tenths away from me as we crossed the line. But that will push him back. I wonder if he's behind Onage. He is indeed. He's now down to 3rd place, so one little mistake there. So the reason I'm in the lead of this race is not because of pace, not because of tyre wear. It's just because of mistakes. I haven't made any. The ones I have made have been very minor. But looks like the entire, what would have been top 4, including Christian, have all made mistakes. Onage mainly because he was forced into them by Christian, but even so, and that's allowed me to get into this lead of the race. So I now will be just cruising, well, relatively so. I don't want the guys behind me catching me, namely Onage, my teammate. There we go. You saw him there. But I've now only got a lap and a half to go of the Monaco Grand Prix, and I can take victory for the 2nd time in a row. Wouldn't that be a nice thing to have? So just taking it easy. And as I said, my rear tyres are very worn, braking very early. Look at the braking point for this corner. It just feels early. There's now 3 seconds to Onage, so I think actually he's probably suffering from more tyre wear than me. By the looks of it there. As we come to the final lap of the race now, very slow laps, there we go, 15.1, so almost 2 seconds a lap slower than what we were on when these tyres were new. And of course we've lost a lot of fuel since then. That's now 3.1 still to Onage, 5 seconds further back, 5 seconds from me actually I think it is to Mikey. Oh no it's not, it's 5 seconds further back from Onage, so Mikey's not going to be able to get Onage, I shouldn't imagine, unless he makes another mistake. So for the final kart time then, coming around the hairpin, this nasty corner, as I said, I have not got along with that this year at all. There's 3.4 to Onage now. I think he must be suffering with tyre wear. We'll have a look. So I get a bit of oversteer there. As we come into the tunnel now once again for the final time. Here we go. Into the chicane. Need to nail my braking point, or not nail it really, just be able to stop. Not crash, not make any mistakes. Half a lap left to go of the Monaco Grand Prix then. Lap 39 of 39. It's the final lap. So we come now through to the swim pool section. Here we go. Oh, looks like Owen's just fallen back even further. Yeah, 4.3. So he's cruising even more than me, or he's really lost his tyres. Still no chance of Mikey getting through. And here we go around the final corner then. Through Anthony Noakes one more time as we come across the line as I shake my wheel there in delight. That's a win for me, 1st place and 2nd for Onage as well, so another 1-2 for Williams. That's, I think, it's our 3rd of the season. And actually, somehow I do get a fastest lap of the race as well, 1 minute 13.469. Did not expect that. As we saw in the first stint, I was off the pace, half a second a lap really off the pace. But just through not making mistakes, staying consistent, which is my strong point really, I managed to take the win. 25 points then. And there we go. This is what it means for the championship. I am now properly in the lead of an Apex Racing League Championship for the 1st time ever. Of course, early in the season I was technically in the lead, but we were on equal points and I was only in the lead because of qualifying, because I had better qualifying results than Onage. But now I am 5 points in the lead to Onage, who's Jerome there, the 2nd guy. So it's a Williams 1-2 in the championship, and there we go, confirmation has been Williams 1-2 3 times this season. Twice it's been me that's won the race, and there we go, 3 wins from 6 races. So it's been a fantastic start to the season. The other races weren't great though. Look, Australia was okay, 2nd place, 3rd place, 3rd race rather in China, 5th place, so that's when I was off the pace, wasn't it? And then of course that penalty in Bahrain costing me my podium position, put me down to something like 7th. So the other races haven't been great, which is why I'm only leading by that amount when Henry just only won 1 race. But there we go, he's been pretty consistent of that, hasn't he? Look, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 2nd, 5th, 2nd. So it's been pretty consistent stuff from him in terms of the championship. So as I said, Christian did quit that race after his consistent podium finishes there, look, and he would have actually been in 4th place because the gap to the guy, I didn't mention it there, but the gap to the guy in 4th, who was Victor, FPU Pesh there, was quite a way, so he probably would have still been in 4th even if he had to pit again and you got a penalty. That's dropped him now 31 points back from me, so it's looking good. It's looks like it, hopefully it's going to be either me or Onage that wins his championship now, so fingers crossed I can extend this lead. As we now, that's actually looking at the top there, the flags are wrong, aren't they? We got to look at the flags. So the 5th race is Spain, 6th race is Monaco, the 7th race is on there, alright. Spain, of course, it's Valencia, isn't it? I forgot we have 2 in Spain. It's Valencia, it's the European Grand Prix. Guess it could be the European flag there, but anyway, I'm going on a bit, so I'm going to go now. Fantastic video, as I said, 5 points clear in the championship now, so a fantastic race for me. Thanks for watching, bye bye.